He was born under a quiet sky, legs trembling, breath shallow, eyes searching for something he didn't yet understand. They named him Dreamer, though no one believed he would ever live up to the name. From the beginning, he belonged to a man named Michael, a trainer who had spent his entire life around horses. Michael bought Dreamer when he was young, not because he was the fastest, but because something in the horse's eyes felt familiar, like hope mixed with struggle. Michael knew how this world worked. You run, you win, or you disappear. Dreamer ran hard. Sometimes he won, sometimes he didn't. And every night, Michael came home exhausted, hands rough, heart heavy, carrying the weight of bills, expectations, and a future built on results. His daughter Lily watched quietly, learning that love often comes with fear. Then came the race that no one would ever forget, though no one spoke about it at first. The morning felt normal. The crowd gathered, the gates stood ready. Dreamer stepped onto the track, breathing in the familiar scent of dirt and sweat. When the gate opened, he ran like he always did, strong, obedient, trusting. The wind rushed past his ears. His hooves struck the ground in rhythm. Then, in the middle of the run, something changed. Not a sound anyone could hear, not a fall anyone could see. Just a sudden, sharp pain deep inside his leg, like fire where there should have been strength. Dreamer stumbled for a single step. He kept running. He didn't understand what had happened. He only knew that something inside him had broken. Michael felt it before he saw anything. A tightening in his chest, a fear he couldn't explain. Dreamer finished the race, but not the same way. His stride was wrong, his breath uneven. When he slowed, the pain rushed in all at once. He lowered his head. His leg shook. The noise of the crowd faded as handlers gathered around him. No one said the word out loud yet, but everyone knew. Michael came home early that day. He didn't speak. He didn't turn on the lights. Lily watched him pass by with eyes full of questions he couldn't answer. That afternoon, Lily went to the park alone. She sat on a swing, moving back and forth slowly, watching other children laugh while her chest felt tight. She didn't know what was wrong, only that something important was slipping away. When Lily returned to the barn later, she saw Dreamer standing unnaturally still. His leg was wrapped. The barn felt colder than usual. Michael stood nearby, speaking quietly with others. Lily ran to Dreamer and touched his neck. He flinched. That was when she understood. That night, Michael finally spoke. He told her Dreamer was badly injured, that he might never run again, that keeping him would cost more than they could afford. He said he might have to sell him. The words sounded like they hurt him as much as they hurt her. Lily began to cry. She grabbed her father's arm and begged him not to sell Dreamer. She told him this was her horse, that she loved him, that she would take care of him, that Dreamer didn't understand what was happening, that he still believed he belonged to them. Michael tried to explain that love doesn't always fix broken things, that they couldn't afford to keep a horse who might never race again. Lily collapsed beside Dreamer's stall, crying into his mane, begging her father not to let him go. The vet spoke gently later that night, saying the injury was serious, saying Dreamer might never be the same. They talked about selling him. They talked about ending the suffering. Michael listened without speaking. He went home and stared at the ceiling, knowing the practical choice and hating it. Before sunrise, Lily returned to the barn. She sat beside Dreamer and whispered that she wasn't leaving, that he just needed time, that she believed in him. When Michael arrived and saw his daughter there, exhausted, tear-stained, guarding a broken horse from a world ready to discard him, something inside him finally gave way. Michael chose to try, not because it made sense, but because walking away felt worse. He fed Dreamer himself, cleaned his wounds, slept in the barn through cold nights. Dreamer suffered. His leg shook when he stood. He fell more than once. There were nights Michael thought he had made a terrible mistake. But every morning, Lily returned, brushing Dreamer's coat, speaking softly, reminding her father why they stayed. Weeks passed, then months. One quiet morning, Dreamer stood without falling. Michael held his breath. Lily smiled through tears. For the first time since the race, hope felt real. When they brought Dreamer back to the track, people laughed. They said the horse was finished. Michael heard the doubt. Dreamer heard it too. The gate opened. Dreamer ran. Not to win, not to prove anything, but because he survived. Every step said he was still here. Every breath said they were wrong. He crossed the line without trophies, without glory, but alive. Lily ran to him and wrapped her arms around his neck, crying freely. Michael placed his hand on Dreamer's shoulder and finally understood that some victories are not about winning. They are about refusing to give up when it would be easier to walk away. Dreamer came home not as a burden, but as family. And in the quiet evening light, a man, his child, and a horse stood together, whole again.